and his son and possible successor on that. Coming up here, we'll speak with a former U.S. diplomat to Syria. That's coming up right after this break. Stay tuned.
Do I dare disturb the universe? In a minute, there is time for decisions and revisions, which a minute will reverse. Should I, after tea and cakes and ices, have the strength to force the moment to its crisis? I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker, and in short, I was afraid.
Oh, I feel like I'm 18 again.
Yeah, me too. You'd think I'd feel awful after blowing our retirement money.
What?
Yeah, it's gone.
All of it?
Yeah, I decided to invest our money by myself.
What are we gonna live on?
Hey, fresh air, sunshine, what else do we need? You know, money is highly overrated.
Next time, don't go it alone. Ask your financial advisor about the fund so many financial experts choose. Alliance Capital, the investment professional's choice.
It's as digital as documents get. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Yosemite is where documents are going.
Which would you rather do? Make minimum monthly payments on your credit cards for the rest of your life? Or pay them off right now with a second mortgage with no closing costs from Ditech.com? Whether you have equity or no equity, good credit or not so good credit, Ditech's second mortgage with absolutely no closing costs can help you to consolidate your high-interest debts into one lower monthly payment. Get fast online approval or call us right now at 1-800-71-FIX.
Big weekend? Swing set, French doors, doghouse. Wow.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Pumpkin.
Bye, honey. Love you.
Love you too, sweetheart.
You need some help?
Oh, no, it doesn't hurt. It's just hard to drive.
Ourhouse.com. We're here to help.
Syrian President Hafez Al-Assad's death will no doubt change U.S. relations in the Middle East. How, though, is anyone's guess. Our special coverage continues now with an expert on diplomacy with Syria. Richard Murphy has served as U.S. ambassador to Syria, is currently the Council on Foreign Relations. He joins us from our Washington bureau. We appreciate your being with us and providing your perspective here. I've heard President Assad described as an autocrat, as intransigent, as intolerant. I want to know what words you would use to describe him in the many years that you knew him yourself.
His favorite word for himself was steadfast, a man of extraordinary patience, very determined, and particularly determined that he would not be made a fool of in negotiations with the Israelis, which he felt had been the lot of other Arab leaders who had negotiated with them. He was very cautious, very much on his guard.
Was he liked by other Arab leaders and other leaders throughout the world? Was he personally liked by other leaders?
I can't say that directly, but my impression was many Arab leaders found Syria extremely trying because the president did tend to tell them they had been wrong in the way they had conducted their negotiations. Had the Arab family stayed together, as he would put it, stayed united, we could have had a general comprehensive peace long since. He was saying that in the 80s.
If you look at what is known of his personal history, it does seem that he does have an unusual picture in his background. He came from a minority Muslim sect. He has some interesting things in his character. He's a vegetarian. He abstained from alcohol. I'm wondering what things you can tell us, advise us about in his personal life that stand out in your recollection of him.
Well, certainly austerity was his hallmark in the personal life. He had been a smoker, apparently, as a younger man, and I remember him always sitting, some of our meetings would go 5.5 hours, sitting there with 2 or 3 packages of unopened packages of cigarettes at his side, and every now and then he'd pick one up and toy with it and place it firmly down, showing that he had indeed broken the habit. He was always very courteous in our discussions, but preferred to listen to what new ideas the American side might bring. Was always saying, you are more than a middleman. You Americans must be more than a middleman. You are a player in the Middle East.
Talking about players and the future, what did he do to groom his son, Bashar, as a possible successor to him? And do you think that it is likely that Bashar will be the successor?
I think it's likely, judging by the speed with which the Syrian parliament today rallied to amend the constitution to make it possible to be president if one was at least 34 years old. I believe Bashar is now 35. It used to be 40 was the minimum age. I believe Syria wants a period of calm. The late president cast a spell over the country. There was a true cult of personality, and most Syrians alive today never knew any other president. So there is a sense of shock, naturally, and I think there will be a quiet period in Damascus. Behind the scenes, I'm sure there'll be, not surprisingly, there'll be some maneuvering.
Ambassador Murphy, we appreciate your being with us. Richard Murphy, now with Council on Foreign Relations, joining us from Washington. And we'll return with more coverage of President Assad's death when we return.
I'm sorry to drag you in here on a Sunday. 2 hours and 17 minutes ago, our system went down.
Right now, we're losing close to 100,000 an hour.
I talked to the server vendor. They say it's an application problem.
Front end guy says it's a database.
Database vendor says it's the servers.
Did you call the web designers?
Snowboarding. And whose job is it to make sure all this stuff works the way it's supposed to?
That would be yours.
And that's when it hits you. You are so ready for IBM.
Who's asking about Viagra? Someone you might expect, and also someone that maybe you wouldn't. In fact, you may be surprised at who's talking to their doctors about Viagra. So ask your doctor if a free trial of Viagra is right for you. Who's asking about Viagra? Maybe it should be you.
It's as digital as documents get. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Kyocera is where documents are going.
I can't believe I can get this close with an electric shaver.
Shave with the power of 3. The Remington Microscreen 3.
It's so fast.
It gives you 3 things no other shaver can. Our most powerful motor, 150 cutting edges, and 3...
Cable Rep's great 10K giveaway is coming soon. Look for details at participating local sponsors.
2 decades of achievement. This is CNN.